You know, when it comes to running a business and making money, it's pretty hard to find a company that has done any better than Walt Disney and Disney World and Disneyland and all of that. It was because the way the company's run goes all the way back to Walt Disney, who was maybe even a little bit before his time in how he approached subject matter and how he treated people and how he treated employees. Wayne Olson joins us. He's a small business owner and the author of The Disney Difference. What was the biggest Disney difference in your mind, Wayne?
Jimmy, it's very simple. If you had to boil everything down, Disney wanted all of his products and services to have integrity. If something should be in a product, it's there, and if something didn't belong, it wasn't there. And he wanted to make sure that everything he did had that kind of consistency.
Well, and consistency, I think, is the name of the game. You go to Disneyland or Disney World, or you go to any other business run by the Disney Corporation, and they all pretty much follow the exact same formula.
They do, and it's a dedication to giving the customer the best that they can give.
Now, I guess part of the reason why we've fallen in love with all things Disney and why we continue to pay crazy high prices to go to the theme park and visit the mouse is because we're made to feel special when we walk right in the door, aren't we?
You are, and it starts, it even starts before you even walk in the door. It starts with the purchase experience. They want their website to start that experience for you, the telephone reservations. From that experience all the way to the follow-up, they want to make sure that you have a good experience and take home good memories.
Well, the other thing is, too, as it relates to the theme parks, they only want you to see what they want you to see. In other words, there's a whole city underneath where the people are changing costumes, where all the things that are magical are run from that you never see. So all you see is the magic.
That's right, and it goes back to the integrity with Walt Disney. He was very upset, the legend goes, that he saw a cowboy walking through Tomorrowland once, and he wanted to make sure that never happens, because if you're in Tomorrowland, you shouldn't see a cowboy, and vice versa. So he made sure that if you're in a costume for Frontierland, that you're only in Frontierland and not in any of the other lands. So the show was seamless from every point of view.
All right, Wayne, how can we translate some of the things that Walt Disney did so successfully to our own businesses?
Well, the important thing we can all do is remember that how we do things is just as important as what we do. In our culture, there's an emphasis on the product and on the service, but it's how that product is made and how that service is delivered that really matters. And I think the key to that is looking at things from the customer's point of view instead of ours.
The other thing, Wayne, that I hear that Walt Disney was particularly good at that I think we could all probably, as business people, do a better job is he was very good at sizing up people, wasn't he? He could take a look at you. He knew how to interview and talk to you, and he knew how to make sure he put you in the right job and gave you the right kind of training to do the job the way it needs to be done.
Oh, without a doubt. He trusted his people implicitly because he did put them in the right position. And if anything, Disney was a people person. He had an apartment above the fire station in Disneyland, and he would sit in that apartment for hours and just watch how the guests moved through the park. And when he was alive, there was actually a fire pole so that he could slide down and get into the park quickly and start asking the guests questions. And one of the times he got the angriest is when he found out that his managers were eating lunch off property. They were going away from Disneyland to eat. And he told them, in words I can't use on the radio, you better stay in the park and eat with the guests and watch them like he does. And he was a fanatic about that.
Wow. Now, like I said, kind of ahead of his time when it comes to that. So you need to eat, breathe, and sleep what your customer is doing and what is important to them, and that's how you sell stuff to people. That's
exactly right.
They have to like you.
They have to love you. Yes.
Yeah, personality is a big difference. So how important is personality in the people we hire?
It's very important, and we need to look for the right people for the right job. And the key in Disney, they call it casting, and I think we would all benefit by seeing our jobs as roles in the show, just like Disney. If your role is a radio show host or a store employee, make sure you hire the right person for the right position and make sure that they get all the training and tools they need. Disney was also very careful to give training on, they call it traditions, but the history of the company, the outlook of the company. And the other thing is we also should take care of our employees. That's just as important. At Disney, every guest is a VIP, but also every employee or cast member is a VIP.
Okay. A lot of companies have lost sight of that, that's for sure. Wayne, thank you. Wayne Olson, small business owner and the author of The Disney Difference, joining us here on News Radio 1140 WRVA.